And we are back here. It is time for the segment that I may be most excited about. It's called A Race in Time. Welcome back to the Late Lap, where we celebrate the greatest stories in all of motorsports. And tonight we take a journey back to one of the most unforgettable afternoons in NASCAR history. At the end of this, I want you to go to classics.nascar.com and watch it. It's a true spectacle. A race so compelling, so emotional, that its story has transcended time. This, once again, folks, is A Race in Time. It was November 15th, 1992. The Atlanta Motor Speedway hosted the 92 Hooters 500, the 29th and final race of the then Winston Cup Series season. But this wasn't just any race. It was a convergence of eras, emotions, and destiny. 162,502 fans packed into the grandstands and millions more glued to their screens. This was a day that defined NASCAR forever. Let's set the stage. The championship battle was unprecedented. 6 drivers came into the race with a mathematical shot at the title. Davey Allison, the points leader, needed a top 5 finish to secure the championship outright. Alan Kulwicki, the scrappy owner-driver in the number 7 Underbird Ford, was 30 points back. Bill Elliott, the 1988 champion, was 40 points behind, looking for redemption with Junior Johnson's powerhouse team. Veterans Harry Gant and Kyle Petty, along with the young Mark Martin, they rounded out the field of contenders. This was a race where every lap mattered. Each lap was worth a critical 5 bonus points if you could lead just one, and another 5 if you could lead the most. And by the end of the day, it was the difference in determining the champion. Alan Kulwicki led 103 laps, just one more than Bill Elliott's 102. Clinching those crucial 5 points that allowed him to secure the title by a razor-thin margin of 10 points. It remains one of the closest finishes in NASCAR history. The race itself was a marathon of drama. The 328 laps around Atlanta's 1.522-mile oval saw 20 lead changes among 9 different drivers, with speeds averaging 133 miles an hour. 7 caution flags slowed the field for 45 laps, with some of NASCAR's biggest names falling victim to crashes and mechanical failures. Dale Earnhardt, who led 44 laps early on, ended up his day in 26th place after hitting the wall. Mark Martin, a backdoor championship hopeful, suffered engine failure after leading for 47 laps, finishing a disappointing 32nd. And for the going into the race championship leader, Davey Allison, it was a day of heartbreak. Running in the top 5 and poised to claim the title, his number 28 Ford collided with Ernie Irvin's car on lap 254, leaving him with steering damage and ending his championship hopes. He finished 27th, 43 laps down. In the end, it came down to Kulwicki and Bill Elliott. Elliott won the race, his 5th victory of the season, with a margin of 8 seconds over Kulwicki. You modern NASCAR fans, you'd be overwhelmed and bored if a race ended with 8 seconds, but the times were different. Endurance events were what truly were meticulous. Especially, it was Kulwicki's strategy that ensured he led the most laps. He showcased that with his engineering brilliance, and they raced, and every time they could lead a few, they would stay out, or they would short pit. And then there was Richard Petty, the king, somebody who most people would refer to as the GOAT. He made his 1,185th and final career start, faced a fiery crash that nearly ended his day early, yet in a testament to his team's determination and Petty's legacy, they patched that car together and returned to the track for the final laps. Petty finished 35th, taking a ceremonial lap after the race to say goodbye to his adoring fans. The significance of the race extended beyond the track. It marked the end of an era as Richard Petty retired and the beginning of a new one with Jeff Gordon's debut. The 21-year-old rookie qualified 21st in the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, but finished 31st after a crash, an unsuspicious start to a career that would later redefine the sport. The statistics tell the story, but the legacy of the 92 Hooters 500 is what lies in our hearts. It wasn't just a race. It was a mosaic of triumph, heartbreak, and history. From Kulwicki's inspiring underdog victory to Petty's farewell and Gordon's first step into the spotlight, this was a race for the ages. This has been A Race in Time. Stay tuned as we continue this year to relive motorsport's most iconic moments. For now, let's celebrate a race that will forever hold a place in NASCAR lore. And of course, it is that race that is so special, and not many more special in